Hello. Uh, Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys again for getting the channel to over 120 subscribers. You guys are fantastic. I want to just kind of show you the outside of the plane that I'm flying today. We're going to be doing Air Canada. We're going to be flying from Edmonton down to Boise. Really exciting. So, strap yourselves in. Let's go ahead and get this plane started up. Up our overhead lights. Yes, light switch arm. Auto. Turn on the fuel pumps. And go. Lights. Getting that smoke detector fault. The APU fire test. Go. Quickly, let's just go down the checklist. Flight plan loaded. And some data to the MCDU. Load aircraft.
Refueling truck is on its way. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay, init for data. We're flying from Edmonton, CYEG. Oh, Canada, indeed. We're flying to Boise, Idaho, KBOI. Okay, flight number Air Canada 4811. Cost index 12. Cruise flight level 36,000. Okay, for the flight plan, let's go ahead and put in our departure. We're probably heading out on runway 2, and Gabbitt 1 is kind of the only game in town for the departure, so let's go ahead and open up this cabin door.
Fuel truck is in position. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay, they're getting close to loading this thing full of fuel. Oh, Canada. This is a day flight that's going to become a night flight, I'm pretty sure, based on the duration of the flight from Edmonton down to Boise.
Passengers boarding starting.
We also kind of have this funny thing that happened with the jetway. Let's just say some airports are better than others in Flight Sim 2024, but that's neither here nor there. Take a look here. Alright.
Please use your airplane fuel
Go
system
to
to set the desired fuel quantity.
And we're going to go MCD menu, config, fuel, pick up, and while it does,
This way.
say hi to the passengers. I think Jeff Bridges just walked by. and that guy
Good
just
evening.
walked by twice, or he has a twin that dresses the exact same thing he does. Okay, so let's
Hello.
take a look at the frequencies over here. I believe that
Good evening.
we have tower, which is great. Great to see that this late. So we got 118.3 for tower.
Welcome on board.
118.
Hello. Good evening.
Okay, 118.3 for tower. And yeah,
May I see your boarding pass?
go ahead and just check on the fuel here. I think we should be at the fuel we need in just a
Hello.
second. Will happen soon. Come on.
This
And
way.
if you're just joining us, thank you for watching, and love to have you subscribe if you're enjoying this.
This way.
This is kind of a fun little Canadian
Hello.
flight that we're doing today, and hopefully we can just get this fuel to go up. Come on,
This way.
we're almost there. I can't imagine that we would need much more than 5,000 kilograms to fly from Edmonton to Boise.
May I see your boarding pass?
Come on. No, it's gonna get there. In the meantime, let's check out the cabin again really quick. We got Viking Man from Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
This way.
Great, always good to see that. We got a Jedi on board. Fantastic. And the villain
evening.
from Iron Man. And trying to think of who else. Got, yeah,
Hello.
Charles Edwards. This is great. Alright, let me take a look. Alright, so
Good
our fuel,
evening.
man, our fuel is gonna get there eventually. Maybe this is a longer flight than I thought.
Welcome on board.
If this goes over 6,000 kilograms, I'm gonna be shocked.
Hello.
Maybe it's because of the wind that we need.
Hello.
Come on. Come on.
Good evening.
Okay, I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Go to the cabin one more time,
This way.
and seats fill up. People appear and disappear very randomly. Not scary at all.
Hello.
Okay, come on. We can do this. Wow. This is the
Hello.
most fuel I've needed in a very long time. Okay, I think it's done. So now that that's done, let's just go ahead and go to flight plan.
Welcome on board.
Let's put in some waypoints that we need. So, okay, so after this, we're gonna go to Ukram.
Hello.
Okay, and then Rigad.
Hello.
Okay. Followed by Gamra.
This way.
Followed by RAO.
Boarding pass, please.
Okay.
Hello.
EAI.
Hello.
RO.
Good
Oh.
evening. This way.
MLP. So this, we're looking for the MLP with 117.8 is the
This way.
frequency, and then after that, BNJ.
This
Okay.
way.
Okay. Perfect.
Hello.
And put in some arrival information here. We're probably going to be landing on 28 left.
Hello.
Oh wow, do they even have an ILS? This could get
This way.
interesting. Okay, I do not see a 28 left.
Hello.
You got an RNAV X28 left. Let me double check the charts. It's really gonna surprise me. They don't have an ILS for 28 left. I'm gonna check their ATIS. Come on, guys. Alright, visual approach is in use. Okay. Oh. Do an RNAV. Good. Now to take a look at this chart. Right. Approaches. Well, we gotta do 28 left. Guess we could try RNAV X 28 left, or RNAV Yankee 28 left. Yeah, we don't really have much of a choice. Alright, let's just do RNAV Yankee. Wait, left. And surprising. Okay. UD4. Transition collar. Yeah. And if I don't change the time, it's gonna become a night flight way too soon. So maybe, oh, I don't know. I want to get some of those great mountain views. I might change the time a little bit, see what happens. Just move this ahead. That way we can get those mountain views we're hoping for. Okay, and yeah, so now that I've got that put in, go ahead and talk to, okay, the aircraft is loaded, great. We're gonna have to do our clearance verbally because I haven't gotten anything on the ACARs. So let's talk tower. Canada. Red stand. E2, I guess. And 50. See what information current airports. Information echo. H. Seven. Okay. Alright, so we've written out our clearance, which is important to do if you don't get anything through the ACARs. Written that clearance out, so we're gonna talk to Tower if they're still with us.
23, clear touch and go runway 30. Clear touch and go 30, check the lens, Alpha Tango Fox, thank you.
Ed?
Uniform, hold short of Oscar for the inbound A320. Echo Golf Uniform, Roger, thanks. Just about to call you. You can hold short Oscar there, and you can continue taxi Alpha, hold short runway 02 once the Airbus 319 is clear.
Okay, we'll hold short of Oscar and behind the traffic, continue taxiing on Alpha, hold short runway 02. We'll call you there. Echo Golf Uniform.
Edmonton Tower, hello, this is Air Canada 4811, Airbus A320 at stand 52. We have information echo on board, QNH2 977, request IFR to Boise.
Air Canada 4811, Edmonton Tower, good evening, standby.
Okay, we've made
West
contact.
1604 on departure, contact Edmonton departures 120.5, winds 290 at 16, gusting 23, clear for takeoff runway 02. Clear for takeoff runway 02, no contact departure when airborne. Thanks for ATC, question 1604.
Alright, we're just kind of waiting for him to check back in with us. I'm sure he's checking our flight plan and figuring out what he's going to read to us. We're just
Air
gonna
Canada 4811, I don't have a flight plan for you. Can you just confirm one file, please?
I'll double check on that flight plan. I'll just make sure there wasn't any kind of issue with it. I'll take a look at it right now. Okay, well that is strange because we did file one.
Edmonton Tower, Juliet Alpha Kilo is back with you inbound visual runway 30.
So possible we made a mistake, so we're just gonna file another one really quick. Departure.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, Edmonton Tower, good evening. Edmonton altimeter 2975. Cleared straight in, runway 30.
Clear straight in 30 and will be a full stop.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, Roger, report final.
Alpha Kilo.
Alright, so they really want to make us work for it tonight. Okay. It's refiling, because
Alpha Tango Fox, midfield for touch and go. Alpha Tango Fox, traffic at your 11 o'clock, Piper PA34 on final, report in sight. Yeah, we've got traffic on final, Alpha Tango Fox. Alpha Tango Fox, follow the traffic, you're number 2, winds 290 at 16, gusting 23, clear touch and go, runway 30. Okay, we'll follow the traffic and check the winds, clear touch and go, runway 30, Alpha Tango Fox, thanks.
Echo Golf Uniform's holding short of runway 02.
Echo Golf Uniform, stand by. Juliet Alpha Kilo, traffic at your 11, correction, traffic at your 12 o'clock, system 172, reported site.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, we're looking.
Edmonton Tower, this is Air Canada 4811. I think that flight plan is filed now. That was my mistake.
Canada 4811, Roger, I got it now, thanks, stand by, I've just got to check it for you, I'll give you a call in a minute here.
Okay, yeah, that was my mistake. Needed to click an extra button, but I got the new file, so we're good to go. So we're just gonna wait on him.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, how's the traffic?
In the meantime,
Juliet Alpha Kilo, Roger.
yeah, we're just gonna hold tight.
Echo Golf Uniform, line up and wait, runway 02.
Line up and wait, runway 02, Echo Golf Uniform.
In Tower, Juliet Alpha Kilo, final 30.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, winds 290 at 16, gusting 23, clear to land runway 30.
Clear land 30, Juliet Alpha Kilo.
Alright, we're just gonna wait on him. Give us clearance just a sec.
Echo Golf Uniform, straight out departure, not above 4,000, maintain VFR. Winds 290 at 16, gusting 23, clear for takeoff runway 02.
Straight out departure, not above 4,000, and we will remain VFR at all times. Echo Golf Uniform, clear for takeoff runway 02.
Okay. Now we're gonna get instructions pretty soon.
Tower, Juliet Alpha Kilo is going around.
Meantime, let's just start the AP.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, Roger. Pull up and go around. Make an immediate left turn, please.
Immediate left turn, Juliet Alpha Kilo.
And Juliet Alpha Kilo, you can rejoin the left downwind runway 30.
We'll rejoin left downwind runway 30, Juliet Alpha Kilo.
Tower, good evening, swoop 1523. Do we get our clearance from you?
Swoop 1523, Edmonton Tower, good evening. Negative, I don't think you called me yet.
Affirm, we'll call you in a second. I was just checking if we get our clearance from you.
Swoop 1523, yeah, that's correct. You can call me when you're ready. Echo Golf uniform, right turn on course, please.
Right turn on course for Echo Golf uniform.
Alright. Oh, hope they didn't forget about us.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, report final, please.
Juliet Alpha Kilo.
Air Canada 4811, thanks for your patience. I got your IFR clearance advised, ready to copy.
Ready to copy, Air Canada 4811.
Air Canada 4811, you're cleared to the Boise Airport via the Gab at 1 departure, flight plan route. Runway 02, squawk 4004.
Cleared to Boise via the Gabbitt 1 departure. Expect runway 02, squawk 4004 for Air Canada 4811.
Air Canada 4811, read back correct. Information Foxtrot's current. Push and start at your discretion. Call for taxi.
We have information Foxtrot on board. Push and start at discretion. Call when ready for taxi. Air Canada 4811. Okay, that's exactly what we needed to hear. So, I'm going to take a look at this departure. I'm going to open up this chart. And it looks as if... okay, so 6,000 is our initial altitude. That's the main bit of information I needed to get from the chart. And we
Echo
have
Golf
a
uniform,
squawk
leave airspace to the east. Contact Edmonton Terminal now, 120.5.
4004.
Contact Edmonton Terminal 120.5 for Echo Golf uniforms. Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to tell GSX that we want to push back. So let's take a look outside. See them prepping the plane for pushback.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Tower, Juliet Alpha Kilo
Make
is on
sure
file.
the weather's on live.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, winds 30015, gusting 21, cleared to land runway 30.
Go land 30, Juliet Alpha Kilo.
Alpha Fox, traffic at your 10 o'clock.
Departure checks completed.
Piper
5
34,
has
report
been
in sight.
inserted.
Yeah, we've got that same Piper in sight, Alpha Fox. Alpha Fox, Roger, stay fit. Oh yeah, touch and go 30, Alpha Fox. Alpha Fox, number 2, follow the traffic,
So we're gonna take off
30015,
runway
gusting 21,
00.
clear touch and go runway 30. Okay, we'll follow traffic number 2, clear touch and go 30, check that, thanks, Alpha Fox.
Alright, so our tail's gonna need to go right.
Locking gear.
And swoop 1523, we are, can we get our IFR clearance, please?
Swoop 1523, you're cleared to the Mesa Gateway Airport via the Gabbitt 1 departure, flight plan route. Departure runway 02, squawk 4172.
Alright, we're cleared to the Mesa Gateway Airport by the GABA 1 departure on runway 02, squawking 4172
Release parking
for
brakes, please.
Swoop
Commencing
1523.
push. All engines
1523,
clear.
read back correct.
Start at
Operation
will.
Foxtrot's current. Push and start at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Alright, here we
We'll
go,
call ready for
guys.
taxi and we have Foxtrot, Swoop 1523.
We're moving. Yeah. Oh, Canada. Your stuff is more expensive now.
Juliet Alpha Kilo, exit Alpha 1 is able.
Get off the Kilo, we're clear.
And Juliet Alpha Kilo, welcome to Edmonton. Where are you parking?
Juliet Alpha Kilo, general aviation fine.
Okay, engine
Juliet
2
Alpha
is
Kilo,
probably
roger.
available
Taxi
now.
Alpha Bravo, Sierra, your discretion, apron 2.
Alpha Bravo, apron 2, our discretion, Juliet.
Alright, guys. Get back in the cockpit here. Engine 1 should finish starting up in just a second. Okay. Fantastic. Engine 1 is avail. So now what we're gonna do, turn the switch middle.
Please set parking brake. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Off APU bleed, turn off APU. Now arm speed brakes. Go flaps 2. Turn on runway turn off lights, turn on taxi lights. And talk to the tower, get some taxi clearance. Edmonton Tower, hello, this is Air Canada 4811, ready for taxi.
Unlocking
Air Canada
gear.
4811, runway 02, altimeter 2977. Taxi apron 1, your discretion. Oscar, hold short of Alpha for now.
Runway 02, altimeter 2977, taxi Oscar, hold short of Alpha for now, Air Canada 4811.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Alright, so we're going to taxi Oscar and we're going to hold short
Left
of
is
Alpha.
clear. Right is clear.
May have accidentally run over that tug. Not sure. Okay.
Alpha Tango Fox, midfield for touch and go. Alpha Tango Fox, winds 300 at 15, gusting 21, clear touch and go, runway 30. Check corners, clear touch and go 30, Alpha Tango Fox, thank you. Air Canada 4811, give way to the Piper 34, taxiing from your left to right, then you can continue taxi Alpha, hold short runway 02.
Give way to the Piper 34, taxiing left to right, and then taxi Alpha, hold short of runway 02, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so Piper. Let me make sure that that Piper was not the one that just passed. I think it was probably the... Man, when I think of Piper, I think of a tiny little aircraft, but that was a jet. But, I don't see anybody, so... just go ahead and...
Tower swoop 1523, the transponder and the default 737 MAX isn't working, so I'm going to change to the Airbus and I'll be back.
Swoop 1523, sorry to hear that. We'll talk to you soon.
Affirm.
Something's not working in the 737 MAX, they said. Man, what a shocker. Okay, so we're gonna hold short of runway 2 just like the man said.
Canada 4811 on departure, contact Edmonton departures 120.5, winds 300 at 15, gusting 21, clear for takeoff runway 02.
On departure, contact departure on 120.5, clear for takeoff runway 02, Air Canada 4811, thank you. Okay, so let's do a few things. Strobe lights on, landing lights on, takeoff lights on. Flaps 1.
Edmonton Tower, Beechcraft Duke, Golf Foxtrot Kilo Kilo, requesting IFR to Calgary with Foxtrot.
Alright guys, here we go.
Beechcraft Golf Foxtrot Kilo Kilo, Edmonton Tower, good evening. You're cleared to the Calgary airport by the Cabot 1 departure, flight plan route. Runway 02, squawk 4136.
Sorry, can you say again after Cabot 1 departure?
Yeah, it's Cabot 1 departure, then flight plan route. Runway 02 and squawk 4136.
Runway 02, squawk 4136. Golf Foxtrot Kilo Kilo.
Foxtrot Kilo Kilo, read back correct. Information Foxtrot is current. Push start at your discretion, call for taxi.
Alright, positive flying.
Push and start at my discretion and we'll call for taxi. Golf Foxtrot Kilo Kilo.
Alright, stop smoke. Question leave recline, we're gonna reduce this amount of climb. Alrighty, so we're gonna contact departure on 120.5. Beautiful day in Edmonton. Edmonton departure, hello, this is Air Canada 4811. I am on the Cabot 1 departure, inbound Cabot at 5,400, climbing 6,000.
Air Canada 4811, Edmonton departure, you're identified, climb flight level 210.
Climb flight level 210, Air Canada 4811.
And Air Canada 4811, right turn heading 150.
Right turn heading 150, Air Canada 4811.
Echo Golf Uniform, you're going to see a Airbus A320 out of 6,000 for the flight levels at your 1 to 2 o'clock, 10 miles.
Echo Golf Uniform, we're looking for the traffic.
Air Canada 4811, traffic at your 3 o'clock, 8 miles, a westbound Cessna 172, 6,500.
Traffic at 3 o'clock, 8 miles, westbound Cessna 172. I'll be watching for the traffic, Air Canada 4811.
Sure. Air Canada 4811, direct to Ukram on course.
Direct to Ukram, Air Canada 4811.
Echo Golf Uniform has the traffic at site.
Roger, no conflict, they're now 1,500 above.
Yeah, well, I can see them now.
Echo Golf Uniform, descend 4,500, and will this be a full stop or is it circuits?
We'll be in for the full stop and down to 4,500, Echo Golf Uniform.
Okay, we reached 10,000 feet. Any lights, we can back those. Let's go ahead and disarm speed brakes and turn off runway.
Echo Golf Uniform, roger, contact Edmonton Tower on 118.3.
Take a look at the MCDU, because...
Okay, over to tower on 118.3, thanks for the help.
Did it no? Okay, yeah, it's weird now. Alright, it's all good.
Canada 4811, contact Edmonton Center 135.02.
Contact Edmonton Center on 135.72. Have a fantastic night, Air Canada 4811.
You too, it's just going to be 135.02.
Oh, sorry, 135.02. Thanks for the correction, Air Canada 4811.
No worries, yeah.
2. Okay. 135.02, that's our new frequency. Let's talk to, I believe it was Edmonton Center. I'll double check the name, because, yeah, he told me right. I just want to make sure that I remember what he said correctly. Okay, 02. Okay, so, alright, so Edmonton Center. I love how Canada stays open at night. It's fantastic. They're vast. Wow, that is a big area of control. 5.025 Edmonton Center. Alright. Okay, so Edmonton Center, hello, this is Air Canada 4811. I am inbound Ukram at 15,000 feet, climbing flight level 210.
Air Canada 4811, Edmonton Center, good evening, climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so we...
Hi, Flyer 205, continue the right turn, direct Dumra on course, climb flight level 400.
Continue the right turn, Dumra on course, and climb flight level 400, high fly 2056.
Okay. Okay, then RNAV, let me make sure that we got RNAV Yankee here. Okay.
Edmonton Center, Airsprint 225.
Take a look outside, because I'm sure it's beautiful.
Airsprint 225, go ahead.
Yeah, so apparently I can't read anything. I do have OMTAX on my database here, so I can go direct to OMTAX if you'd like.
Airsprint 225, it's completely up to you. PEPCA makes you do an awkward wiggle. OMTAX is elegant and refined.
You know, I think I'd prefer just OMTAX, avoid the wiggle.
Alright, proceed direct OMTAX.
Direct OMTAX, 225.
I love how there was a very serious conversation about an awkward wiggle right now. These are the things you hear on VATSIM that you're not going to hear anywhere else.
Last station calling, nothing heard, static only.
Marsh W13 said I would have gone with the elegant and refined option. Yeah, I would too. I agree. I mean, it's better than the awkward wiggle. You don't want to have to do any awkward wiggling, believe me. will admit, I did not know that it is 590 miles from Edmonton to Boise. So this flight is going to be a longer flight than I thought, which is great. I mean, I love it. You know, we get to see more scenery and stuff. It's just, I'm kind of laughing here because my geography, I thought I had good geography knowledge, and apparently I don't, because I had no idea how much distance there was between Edmonton and Boise. Alrighty. So, yeah. So, as you can see, I use live weather, but the time is not live, so that way you can actually see stuff. So it is true, it is nighttime over Canada right now, but I have it set to day so that way you can see the beautiful mountains and the plane livery and all the other stuff. I mean, I do a night flight from time to time, but one thing that is consistent is the weather is absolutely live. The weather is live.
Westjet 1604, my apologies, I stepped away, cleared the RNAV Yankee runway 35 left approach, LF transition. Is March W13 said, is flying on VATSIM without live weather allowed? No, it is not. And that is why I always fly with live weather. But what's cool is... Westjet 1604, winds 350 at 17, gusting 25, clear to land, runway 35 left.
So it's not allowed to fly without live weather, but it is allowed to change the time.
Echo Romeo Lima, when ready, descend 14,000, Edmonton altimeter 2977.
When ready, descend 14,000, altimeter 2977, Echo Romeo Lima.
Yeah, I wanted to answer that in text because there's been so much radio traffic from Edmonton that I wanted to make sure that Marsh is has got a full response, because it's something a lot of people ask. It's something a lot of people ask about the code of conduct of VATSIM. If you look at the code of conduct, in just the last couple of years, they've added a clause that says they expect everybody to use live weather. And part of that is, if everybody doesn't use live weather, then headings and altitude assignments get jumbled up, and there's a lot of confusion. So I always make sure to have live weather on because the code of conduct says to. But thankfully, time of day is completely at the discretion of whoever's flying. So, like for instance, if I had this on live time, you wouldn't be able to see any of the scenery at all because it's pitch black nighttime. So yeah, great question though, and it's a question that a lot of people ask.
WestJet 1500 flight has to clear the ILS on 35 right approach.
Coming up on some mountains here, which is exciting.
Confirm that was through WestJet 1500?
Confirmed.
Alright, clear ILS 35 right, WestJet 1500.
So for anybody who's interested in where we are in the flight, we are still very much in Canada, and it's going to take a while before we cross the border. If you can just imagine the border being right about here, that's where we'll cross into the U.S.
Airport 225 via OMTAX, clear the ILS 34 approach.
Via OMTAX, cleared ILS 34 approach, airprint 225.
Edmonton Center, Walker 1590, 917, wait 2 minutes.
Roger, give me showing back.
Alrighty then, as Ace Ventura would say. I will say the weather's great today.
WestJet 1604, welcome to Calgary. Sorry, we're parking today. Roger, taxi Charlie Hotel Bravo, airplane discretion, cross runway 29. Thanks for making the traffic. Good day.
Taxi Charlie Hotel Bravo, discretion, thank you.
Echo Romeo Lima, contact Edmonton arrivals 120.5. Good day.
120.5, Echo Romeo Lima, thanks so much.
Transat 339, I'm sending good evening, climb flight level 380.
Edmonton Center, Walker 5099, back in the seat.
5099, welcome back. WestJet 1500, winds 350 at 17, gusting 25, clear to land, runway 35 right.
Clear to land 35 right, WestJet 1500. Sprint 225, winds 010 at 15 knots, clear to land, runway 34.
Clear to land, runway 34, here Sprint 225.
High Flyer 205, you're leaving my airspace, Seattle is offline, surveillance terminates, monitor en route frequency, good day. High Flyer 205, Edmonton.
High Flyer 205, go ahead.
205, you're leaving my airspace, Seattle is offline, surveillance terminates, monitor en route frequency, good day.
122.8, High Flyer 205, thank you for your ATC, appreciate it.
Southwest 3713, contact Salt Lake Center 125.575. Good day.
2557, Skywest 3713, good day.
Air Transat 339, Edmonton. I'm going to be closing in about 4 minutes. Sorry I couldn't see you all the way through the flight. Surveillance terminate. Monitor en route frequency and catch you next time. Good night. OSJet 1500, welcome to Calgary. Where are you parking today?
Looking for gate D91, or correction, Delta 91, WestJet 1500.
WestJet 1500, WestJet 1500, Roger, taxi Bravo, Charlie, apron discretion. Thanks very much for traffic. Good day.
Oh, Charlie, SUV WestJet 1500, thank you very much for your service.
Air Canada 4811, Edmonton Center.
Air Canada 4811 is with you.
Air Canada 4811, unfortunately I'm going to be closing now. Surveillance terminates. Monitor en route frequency and catch you next time. Good day.
Monitor frequency. Have a great night, Air Canada 4811. Okay.
WestJet 1599. Sorry I couldn't see all the way to the border. Surveillance terminates. Monitor en route frequency, and you'll be able to pick up Salt Lake Center on 125.575 in about 60 miles.
For Walker 1599?
Yeah, my apologies. Walker 1599 for you.
Edmonton Center, it's always fun flying with the...
Okay, so Edmonton Center apparently was shutting down, which I understand because it's getting kind of late. But really appreciate the Canadian coverage we've had. It's been fantastic. And we're sort of flying over the Canadian Rockies right now, which is exciting. We're flying close to them. Alright guys, so I wanted to let you know that we have officially entered the USA. So just wanted to throw that out there. We have crossed the border. And we should be in Boise pretty soon. About 40 minutes away.
Alright, we're going to put in some approach information for Boise because we're getting close. So let's go ahead and do that. The altimeter in Boise is 3004, and the temperature is 13 degrees Celsius. Winds 250 at 4. Got in. And let's see, so I'm going to take a look at the RNAV chart, determine, okay, so we're going to go 6,000 for engine out auxiliary, and then the airport elevation is about 2,800 feet, so to be safe, we're going to do 3,900 for this section. Okay. Alright, so we got that critical approach information put in. And I think we're on track to make it to our goal for the approach pretty well. I'm going to study this RNAV approach a little bit because it's going to get dicey. So at Nestle, we need to be at 6,800 feet. At Funku, 5,800. That's me. Yeah, at 4,980. Very specific. And SAS. Downey. Go, guys. Let's see if Salt Lake Center is still online. It is. They haven't contacted me, but I bet if I give them a shout out, I bet they'll talk with me. 125.575. Alright.
Climb maintain flight level 330.
Salt Lake Center, hello, this is Air Canada 4811. I am on the Beauty 4 arrival for Boise at flight level 268, descending to 15,000 feet, inbound Donnelly.
Air Canada 4811, Salt Lake Center, welcome on board. Continue on the descent, Boise's landing west. Remind me when you reach 15,000.
Continue on the descent, Boise landing west, and I'll give you a shout out when I'm reaching 15,000. Thank you, Air Canada 4811.
And Center, I just filed again. Take me under Envoy 300, please, and I need a squad code if possible. Thank you. I am ready for tech.
Delta 1260, roll down the bears. Delta 1260, runway 35 left, clear to land. Thank you, sorry about that. Delta 1698, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if you earlier at the interior quit out for traffic. Thanks for the
Thank you, thanks for letting me know.
Really excited to do this RNAV approach. Always more fun to do RNAV than ILS. No offense to ILS.
Lufthansa 459 Salt Lake Center, welcome aboard. Delta 1447, thank you, clear to land, runway 34 right. Envoy 300, squawk 3116. Delta 1260, turn right when able, taxi ramp via Alpha, thanks for flying. Skywest 3713, continue descent, maintain 11,000, you can expect the ILS 34 left approach.
To maintain 1,000, expect ILS 34 left, city 713.
Alright, here we go.
Envoy 300, squawk 3116, please. United 699, sorry for delayed descent clearance. Cross Frenzy at 14,000, Salt Lake is landing north, Salt Lake altimeter 29997. You can expect ILS 34 left approach. United 699, descend and maintain Cross Frenzy at 14,000.
So we're going to change up our QNH here.
Sorry, I stepped on you. Yeah, all good, thanks.
Change this 8004 because we're reaching that 18,000 threshold.
Envoy 300, taxi to runway 34 left via Bravo Alpha 1. FedEx 210, descend across Nebo at 14,000. You can expect ILS 34 right approach, Salt Lake altimeter 29997. American 840, oh, you?
American 840, go ahead.
Never mind, I thought you were going to Salt Lake, but you're not. Never mind. Let me know when you're ready for descent.
We'll let you know, American 840.
Salt Lake Center, Air Canada 4811 is at 15,000 feet, inbound calling.
Sorry, who was high on the waypoint? Are you going to be able to make the airport? Roger, runway 34 right, clear to land. Air Canada 4811, say approach request.
I request approach or request beauty for arrival. RNAV Yankee runway 28 left.
Air Canada 4811, you were stepped on. Say again.
Requesting beauty for arrival. RNAV Yankee runway 28 left at Boise.
Roger. It's kind of hard to get to RNAV Yankee 28. Oh, 28 right, you said, right?
I have 28 left in the computer right now, but I can do 28 right if you need me to do 28 right.
No, 28 left is fine. Where are you intending to join at Nestle?
I was intending to join at Vunku, but I can join at Nestle.
Vunku is the final approach fix. I can't have you join there. Clear direct Nestle. I'll give you vectors once you get closer.
That's fantastic. Clear direct Nestle. Thank you, Air Canada 4811. Okay, so this guy just gave us a massive shortcut. Big shout out to him. You're the man. You're a great man. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Whoever's running Salt Lake Center at like 10:30 at night. You're awesome.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, 6,800. Alright, we gotta use those speed brakes. We gotta get down to that altitude quickly. I hope once we punch through this cloud that there's not like a mountain right in front of us. That would suck.
Southwest 234, clearance on request. Standby.
Salt Lake Center, good evening. American 1809 is received flight level 340.
American 1809, Salt Lake Center, welcome aboard. American 745, Salt Lake Center, welcome aboard.
Might increase the speed at which we're ascending just to make sure we don't run into any mountains here. Gonna turn on landing lights, we're gonna turn auto brake on medium and speed brakes.
Clearance request standby. United 1225, contact Denver Center 127.65. At 001, you can expect that.
Gonna stay a little higher for a little longer here.
Runway 300 on departure, fly runway heading runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
If we're flying too low. We can clear it.
Delta 1447, sorry about that. Runway, taxi ramp, hotel.
The words you never want to hear a pilot say, but clear it. Just having to kind of gauge this approach based on the available information and terrain data. And I don't know, that's looking pretty close. I'm going to go back up to 10,000. You can say that is kind of a tall mountain.
Skywest 3713, descend and maintain 9,000.
90,000, Skywest 3713.
Okay, so because this is our nav, we're not going to turn the localizer on. If anything, that'll just confuse the flight computer, so we're going to do a lot of this manually, which is awesome, and I think that is really what makes this fun anyway.
Sorry, who is calling? Roger, I thought I cleared you to Pooter and cross Pooter at 10,000.
Cross Pooter at 10,000.
I hope we're high enough.
Right, United 699, just formality. Cross Pooter at 10,000, cleared ILS 34 left approach.
Cross Pooter at 14,000, 1,000. Cleared ILS 34 left approach.
It's Pooter at 10,000. Sorry, if I misspoke.
Pooter 10,000.
And FedEx 210, same for you. Cross Pooter at 10,000, cleared ILS. Actually, Cross Plague at 11,000, cleared ILS 34 right approach. Roger, thank you.
And these clouds are kind of making it hard for me to figure out when I can get down to
Air
that.
Canada 4811, fly heading 100 vectors for the approach.
Fly heading 100 vectors for the approach, Air Canada 4811.
Skywest 3713, turn left heading 070, descend and maintain 7,000. Airport will be at your 9 o'clock, 11 miles, report in sight.
070 down at 7,000, we'll call the field, Skywest 3713.
Really appreciate this guy giving me vectors when he's in charge of so many aircraft. He doesn't have to do that, so it's really generous of him.
United 201, are you still with me? Contact Denver Center on... Oh, never mind. Denver Center is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved. Thank you. Same to you.
713, field in sight.
Sorry, who has the field insight?
Skywest 3713, looking for the visual 34 left.
Sorry about that. Skywest 3713, cleared visual 34 left approach. Runway 34 left, cleared to land.
Cleared visual 34 left, clear to land, Skywest 3713.
Envoy 300, turn right direct Hertz, climb and maintain 390. Envoy 300, turn right direct Hertz, climb maintain flight level 390.
390 direct to Hertz, Edgy, Hotel Echo Romeo Tango Sierra. Envoy 300.
Center American 1809 requesting 360.
American 1809, climb maintain flight level 360.
Up to 260, American 1809.
United 699, runway 34 left, clear to land number 2. Air Canada 4811, clear direct Nizhla, cross Nizhla above 6,000, cleared RNAV Yankee 28 left approach.
Clear direct to Nizhla, cross Nizhla at 6,000 or above, cleared RNAV Yankee approach from Nizhla, Air Canada 4811. Okay, we're going to Nizhla. Go. Alright, so we're gonna try our best.
Southwest 234, runway 34 left, taxi via Charlie 2 west north and then Alpha. Charlie 2 west north, which is part of the ramp, and to Alpha to runway 34 left.
Try to get as low as we can with these mountains. Idaho's a beautiful state, but boy, is it a challenge to know how quickly you can descend, even with the charts.
Med 001, clear direct Pusit, cross Pusit at 10,000 or above, at Pusit cleared RNAV, runway 17 approach.
$2,500.
Take a look at the airport elevation here. Okay, it's about 3,000 feet, so once we get to 6,000 I can probably start turning the I can probably turn the autopilot off and we can start flying this manually.
FedEx 210, runway 34 right, clear to land. West 3713, welcome to Salt Lake City, turn right on Bravo, taxi ramp via Bravo.
Okay, so really, right now, okay, I'm going to do something dangerous. We're going to disconnect autopilot, alright? I'm going to fly this thing in. I'm going to bring her in. Let's do it. First of all, let me kind of get a point of reference here. I'm going to have to stop these speed. Run this really quick. Here we go. Autopilot I doing a mountain landing manually? Alright, we're coming up on Funku. We need to be at 5800 by Funku.
Air Canada 4811, wind 240 at 3, runway 28 left, clear to land.
Runway 28 left, clear to land. Air Canada 4811, appreciate it. Yes, I know. Gotta love Boise. It is a very, very close approach, fraught with challenges, but that's what makes it fun. Okay, at Dubme we need to be at about 5,000. That's what we're gonna do. When in doubt, just do it manually. If you want something done right, do it yourself. Okay, so at Dubme, we're gonna get down to about 5,000. Okay, landing gear down. Go ahead and add some more flaps. At a SAS, we need to be at about 4,200. So let's do that. Get down to about 4,200. I love how even if you're doing RNAV, it'll give you some pretty good clues as to what pitch you need to be at. You know, RNAV approaches, obviously it's not perfect, and you know there's some downsides compared to ILS, but at the same time.
November 70 Papa Foxtrot, Salt Lake Center, welcome aboard.
Really do get it more immersive.
FedEx 1215, Salt Lake Center, welcome aboard. The 699, welcome to Salt Lake City, turn right on Alpha, taxi ramp Alpha.
1,000.
Southwest 234 on departure flighting 280, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Hey guys. Only a little bit of wind at Boise today, so not bad.
And FedEx 210, if I haven't given it to you, runway 34 right, clear to land.
A little bit of wind, not a lot. Nice and steady. We're just going to bring her in nice and steady.
Looking for IFR to Salt Lake.
Endeavour 377, where are you located?
India Delta Alpha.
Roger, Idaho Falls, found you.
Alright, so this is where we just start really
Endeavour
looking at our
377, clear to Salt Lake City Airport. As filed, climb maintain 12,000, expect flight level 230 5 minutes after, departure with me, squawk 4306. Endeavour 377, read back correct, expect runway 21 for departure, advise and ready to taxi.
100.
Med 001, no further traffic observed between you and the field, cancel IFR, this frequency, sorry, IFR cancellation this frequency or in the air or on the ground. Frequency change to advisory is approved.
Alright, so I believe there's an exit on the left up here, but let me check the map.
Med 001, IFR cancellation received. Thank you. November 907 Sierra Papa 5x5.
Of course, I think maybe we should have taken that right.
November 907 Sierra Papa clear to Jackson Hole Airport. As filed, climb maintain 16,000. Expect flight level 2900 5 minutes after departure with me. Squawk 5325. And you can expect, I guess the runway is your choice.
Backseat of parking.
Static only, no voice.
Flight over here, so we can definitely cross this runway right here.
Stand by. Southwest 234 heading 280. Southwest 234 radar contact to altitude passing.
That's right here.
Roger, radar contact. Climb maintain 15,000 and direct search. November 907 Sierra Papa, go ahead.
We got some pizza kind of pick from.
Air Canada 4811, sorry for the delay. No problem, taxi ramp Alpha, have a good night.
Taxi to the ramp via Alpha, you have a great night as well. Thank you for this coverage, it's been amazing. Air Canada 4811.
November 907 Sierra Papa, and now I have you 555.
Okay, so we're gonna park over here. Here at Boise. And yeah, so let's see what we can do.
Readback is correct. Advise when number 1 for departure. No worries. FedEx 210, welcome to Salt Lake. Right on hotel, taxi to Ramsey Hotel. You too, thanks for flying. Southwest 234, climb maintain flight level 380. November 70 Papa Foxtrot, Salt Lake is landing north, cross Spain and maintain 15,000 Salt Lake, altimeter 2997.
Alright guys, so we've made it to the end of our flight. I hope you've enjoyed this.